what do you think the future's going to look like for organisations that today are insistent that flexible working's not something that they're going to pursue?
I think they're very much like King Canute standing on the shore trying to push the tide back.
Yeah.
I mean, it will happen, it's a matter of time. Now the question is, do you allow it to happen in a way that is to your benefit? In other words, you manage through that process, or do you allow it to happen to you and it's destructive? When the tide comes in, you can decide to learn to swim or you can choose to drown.
Yeah.
And I think organisations that are naively resisting it and saying we're different, we need command and control, the reality is you are employing people in a socio-economic environment where they will demand it either by staying and demanding it or by leaving.
Yeah, and I suspect by leaving.
Yeah, and we're seeing high rates of attrition in organisations. The shortage of talent will increase that. It's easier for people to move.
Of course it is.
People are braver these days. Social media gives them much more connectivity and contacts to find people who can get them employment. So, you know, when I entered the workforce, you were scared of losing your job.
Yeah.
I don't believe a lot of people are in that situation now. They're actively looking for the next job.
Yeah. It's interesting, the most recent stats for the UK is the average length of service in the UK now is only 2.7 years.
Yeah, and it used to be 7.
That's the average.
It used to be 7.
That's bonkers.
Absolutely. And we're seeing a dramatic growth in the gig economy. I mean, the estimates are now that, you know, within a few years, 40 to 50% of the workforce will actually be in the gig economy.
Doesn't
and in fact,
surprise me.
Organisations which are really taking flexibility seriously are going that route. I mean, using collaborative tools, you know, even the very original collaborative tools now to post jobs and say, if you'd like to be involved in this project, apply and you'll be considered. I mean, the really innovative companies are realising that actually the concept of a tightly defined job is in itself probably now past its due date.
Yeah.
Now, that's going to create challenges for, you know, equality measures, equal pay and so on. But the simple reality is people are decreasingly attracted to fixed jobs, fixed time, fixed location, fixed tasks. They want the ability to mix and match and choose, learn new things, work with different people. And companies are going to have to recognise that. And if HR is going to keep its strategic seat on the board, which I fear in many it won't, it will be back to delivering the donuts, it's got to have a strategic view and say, if we're going to develop flexible working in a really innovative way, we've also got to address quality of management. We've got to address things like remuneration methodology. We've got to address lots of other factors, many of which are loosely called cultural.
Yeah.
But actually, they're easy to define and can be done, but you have to join the dots.
Yeah, agreed.